Are we good now? I can't tell. Are we back? I think so. Okay, I think we are. All right, so I am starting over this stream. I don't frequently stream. Sorry for if you're getting spam for this or if it's not working. I have recently purchased a new rack mount server case that I'm going to be transferring this server case into. And it was going to take me some time, and I thought I would just record it and kind of just talk about it as I do it and see if we can answer some questions or make this kind of fun. I'm going to be doing this in a couple of stages. I'm kind of just winging it, and I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat, so keep me honest if I miss something. But just trying to hang out while I kind of do these little chores. This is a Fantex Inthu Pro 2 server case, and it's been awesome. It's huge. It's super easy to build in. It's built great, quiet, good dust collection. But it's huge. It's too big for my rack. It's taking up all those bays, and it's just kind of sitting there on a shelf. And I want to try and get that into a regular rack-mounted case. The case is this. Let's see if I can get these cameras. It's going to be a little bit of a learning experience. I've got this Rosewill LS or L4500U case I got on eBay. I've been really gunning for one for a while. They just aren't as cheap as they used to be, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and so I found this used on eBay, or at least open box, and it's all right so far. Opened the box, and we had a broken fan blade fall out, so I've already ordered some replacement fans, and I'll be taking a couple from the Fantex case. I am also, let's see if we can get full spin on this. Ooh. I'm also going to be installing this rack mount UPS that I found on eBay, and it was local here in the DFW area. I picked it up from a technology recycler, and I think it was a pretty good deal. It doesn't have any batteries right now, but my plan is to take the wings, or the probably not called wings, but these little mounts, the rack mounts for this case, and put it on the UPS, and I have drawer slides that should be getting delivered today for this case. I currently have 2 UPSs kind of here at the bottom and a little fan to try and get dust, and I'll be putting the new UPS underneath those, and then those probably just on top. And then higher up, I'll be putting the server rack, or the server case. It is a rack. I need to put a case. And then I'll put these little Dells right here on top. And this left L is my router that is currently doing my 5 gig fiber internet. Replace the AT&T box. And then this is just my Proxmox home assistant for videos and kind of screwing around. What else? Recently been using a Brocade ICX 6450 switch. There's a whole community on the Serve the Home forums and tons of great resources. This is an awesome switch for the price. Got it for like, I want to say $100 and $120 on eBay, maybe less, maybe more. But it's been awesome and does full 10 gig routing and is a layer 3 switch. And so I've recently got my VLAN set up, and then I've got my Ruckus access point here. And I usually have that like mounted on the front, but I didn't want to knock it off while doing this. So it's not there currently. Where do we want to start? I think I'm going to start by opening up this case. And I'm going to be on the floor a lot in this video. I apologize. So the first thing I kind of want to do is I want to get these little sides off. Let's see, I'm not in the picture. First thing I want to do, I think, is I want to get these tabs off and see if it fits on the UPS, because that'll buy me some time while the server rack slides get delivered. So got a pretty hefty looking thing here, and I guess I'll just flip the whole camera. See if the holes line up. Dang. So the holes do not line up, so that's not going to work. Great. Strong start. I really wanted to have some music going, but I didn't want to get a copyright strike. So I might be putting some headphones in at some point. I'm actually going to go ahead and order on Amazon a 1U server rack ears. Wow, these all have pretty horrible reviews. Gosh. I'm really surprised that so many of these have such bad, like a 2-star. Well, So the UPS will not be going on in this video. All right. Still, we will work with the rack itself. And I think to get the top off, we'll start here. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Pretty big piece of metal. Yeah, we can see some broken fans. I'll check this box in a second. But right here, we can see the broken fan blades really just came off. The ones in the middle here are actually okay. Just kind of getting inventory of what we have here. So we've got 3 sets of hard drive bays. I'm pretty sure these feed out through the front. So we'll take them out, screw in the hard drives, and then slide them back in. Got a fan wall here. I think we have a little bit of options with moving it around if we need to. A little stability bar, and I've heard I might have to remove this for my CPU cooler to fit. And then we have our ATX holes here. So we've got our work cut out for us here tonight. This is going to be a while. So thanks for coming to hang out. How do I want to start this? Well, first, my Discord wanted to see this. Waiting to hear from UPS outside. Gosh, I wish I had just a little bit more space to do this. Lean back. It's a good idea to do it on the front. Seems all right. Got one broken fan removed. always wondered why fans don't have threaded plastic holes. I feel like these screws they use, oh, first screw dropped. Dang. We'll find it. But they're always like getting chewed up. If you move them between cases enough times, they can get kind of loose. Never like that. Let's see if we can find that screw. Yep. Got it. So next up, I'm just going to do this for some space. I'm going to take out this center fan wall. And I'm just kind of hoping this gives me a little bit more space to work with. So we got 320 millimeter fans for the middle, and I'll be replacing these later on. We have found the other fan blades and some styrofoam. This fan's actually still in one piece. So maybe we could use it, but I think I'm gonna go for a quieter fan, like a Noctua or something. So now I kind of just want to see how this drive bays work. I'm not really sure how they come out, but we'll figure it out. Is it from the bottom? No. It might come out to the front. Let's find out. I think this is probably for the fan, based on the threads. Maybe not. Not sure why I just did that then. How do I get into here? I do not know how that works. Oh, so it was those tabs. I just needed 2 hands. And it comes out the front. Got another fan in there that I'll be replacing. Yep, those screws in the front were surely for the fan. So just pulling this fan out. If I can. Comes out the bottom. So this is where the hard drives will go. And I'm hoping they have trays for them in this box I haven't opened yet. So maybe now's time to figure that part out. The metal pull tab seems to have come loose as well. Oh yeah. Oh. We've got a cut-off speaker wire. Don't know what happened there. We've got lots of screws and quite a few loose ones. And then we've got hard drive sleds, trays, something. Don't want to lose any of these screws. We'll probably need them. Oh, and then I found the other side of the broken speaker, and then some replacement, maybe, tabs for those cages. Not sure. And a much needed manual. So it looks like these hard drive trays are toolless, and then you screw it in at the end to lock it in place. A little different, but we will try it. I kind of think I'm gonna get all of these hard drive cages out, and then I'll be ready to do the old server and start taking that out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe. Maybe not. Doesn't want to move. Oh, there's screws here. Duh. getting better at this. Although I'm not entirely sure how 5 hard drives are going to fit in one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Maybe. We'll see. I'm excited to do this because I've slowly been growing my home server footprint. I started with just an old computer case. Oh yeah, UPS just pulled up outside. That means my server rails are on their way. I started with just a computer case with an old computer, and then I put that on a rack and stacked it with some network equipment. Not a real rack like this, just a wire rack. And when I moved, I still had the wire rack, but it's kind of tippy. And I found this rack on Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap, and it fit between my door, which is kind of narrow, this door, and then I stick it in this closet, and I put some vents in the wall to try to exhaust the hot air. But this is going to be good for me to get some space back on my rack and kind of get my wires more organized. I've been putting it off knowing that I just didn't have anywhere to improve. This current Fantex case is just huge. So I'm noticing there's these little tabs, and they're pretty loose. I don't know if they're intentionally that loose, but it seems like they would want to be screwed in at least. All right. I think it's time to get to the big one and start moving this off, because this is pretty gutted. It's ready for some innards. There. Let's think about how to film this. Just found a screw on the ground. First unknown, it doesn't match any of the others. That's not good. So when I was doing this, I made sure to give myself enough cable here that I could pull the rack all the way out of the closet and get it out of the way to get into it. Let's see, I want to move this HDMI. Don't need that. I'm going to go get those slides off the porch. Just as I was hoping, it arrived when we needed it. And it's the 26-inch rails. Oof, we got some dust spots. So next up, Cindy. So now I'm just going to be unplugging everything so I don't bend any USB ports. Move everything. We don't want to damage anything. And this is the special sauce to the server. It is a QS, or no, this is just SFP plus. I used to have some Q1s. And it goes to my router for 10 gig links, internet, and LAN. Make sure I don't have any links on that. Come out the front. Suddenly, there's a lot more space on that rack. Taking the dust covers off so I can get the fans out, but I probably won't start with those. There's a few things I'm kind of just winging it on and checking Reddit comments. One is going to be the CPU tower cooler. I've got a big Noctua in here, and it's been great. Super cool and quiet. I'm hoping it's not too deep for this. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh boy, we got our work cut out tonight. So make sure we get any power out. And then we got the beans. Just thinking about this for a second. I think PCI cards come out for sure. I think hard drives are going to go last. Let's get the motherboard out. I might need to do some dusting at the same time. That cooler's looking pretty thick to the edge. Might regret this, but let's find out. Guess it out. Ooh, I think we're over. If we're not over, it's going to be to the very edge, and it will probably be touching. We'll see how that works out. So when I was originally going to do this, I thought I would take some time and actually like rebuild the computer and talk about like how to build a computer, what parts do what to think about. And I thought it'd be just too much. I didn't think I wanted to cover all that at once while trying to do this quickly and efficiently. So maybe I'll do that next time I get around to building one, if anybody has any interest in that. Part of me is not very excited to redo my cable management. It's not perfect, but it's pretty clean in here. All right. So first up is, we'll kind of talk about them. Why not? There's nobody here. So I have a Dell expansion card for SAS for multiple hard drives on fewer cables and just generally managing the drives. I don't really know the difference between SAS and SATA, but it was the next logical step that people were recommending. And then this is, I can't remember who makes this. I got this from Art of the Server on eBay. It's an SFP network card that works with Unraid. So that's how I get my 10 gigabits per second on LAN and 5 on open internet, which is great. If you have that fast of internet, you've got to have some serious drives to write to. So I've got some NVMe's and RAID 1 in here. Next up, we've got the P2200 Quadro for transcoding Plex. And I can never reach the tab for it. It's a little sketchy coming out. Didn't want to go. This is the graphics card I use, just DisplayPort, and it's really good at transcoding, not so good at gaming. When I first got this, I didn't have my current processor. I currently have a 12th generation Intel that has an awesome iGPU, but on my old processor, when I first built this server, I didn't have that, so I needed something to transcode, and I actually got a pretty decent deal on this. People say it's a waste of money, but I think it was like $100, and it's been just bulletproof. So next up, removing header headers. Are they labeled or do I need to take pictures? Of course they're not labeled. I'm going to take some pictures. Cool. Can't wait to figure those out later. I think all we have left are fans. Yeah. We got the power cables up there. And those fans go behind. Okay. We're getting there. Next, we're going to remove the CPU fans, which will be important to give us access to the screws, I believe. We might go as far as removing the heatsink, but I'm trying to avoid that. Maybe not. I don't think there's going to be too close. So that should work out pretty well. In that case, I'm going to just kind of leave the fans close but dangling. And I think it's time to go to the reverse. I think I'm going to start removing the system fans, case fans, and drives. Motherboard might go last. I'm kind of rethinking that on the fly. Welcome to the stream. Caught me switching cases for my server rack. And this is the old case I used to use here. And I'm slowly taking all the parts out to put it in the new case here. I'll try to get us some better angles. we can lower this camera. I don't know if that's better. Let me know if that's better. So we've got a bit of a mess back here. Got a serious daisy chain of SATA power. I don't remember doing that. This is why I like using Velcro ties. I'm not cutting my fingers up or needing some snips to get out through here. I'm not certain I'll be reusing this one because it's all chewed up, but it's just so easy and it's soft. You don't cut your hands. What else we got? So this is my SAS loom. Got a lot of SATA connectors with just 2 ports that goes to that Dell card I was showing earlier. These are a little bent, but I think they're still all right. I wish there was one, and there might be, that has power as well. I wish I had that. Slowly kind of getting everything out of here. Case will be empty by the end. Wow, look at all these fan extensions. It's funny, you build a computer and just a few years goes by and you kind of forget what all is in there. Especially the part you like to hide, the back wires. So all of these go to the front port, front panel. These are all the top fans. So maybe I'll do those next, because we need those fans. Sorry, I haven't been getting messages all day. What's up, The Bake? I have a new server case right here that's rack mounted. So I'm taking this one apart, my old tower, and moving all the parts over to consolidate on my rack here because it was taking up too much space. And just slowly going through, tearing it down. need more places to put things. My desk is covered in screws and cables right now. Specs of the PC, it's a Intel 12th Gen 12700K, I believe, which ends up being about 20 cores. It's my Unraid server. Big fan of Unraid. It's been hosting a lot of my containers and VMs. I would strongly recommend it, but I have been having lately a few issues with it crashing. But I'm really trying to get into the rack. I've recently got a rack-mounted power supply for pretty cheap. I'm excited to get in there. I've got a rack-mounted switch, and I think it'd just kind of be cleaner if I got everything together. And this thing is huge. It's taking up so much space inside the rack. It's not a need, but a want. PC specs. What else? I think 64 gigs of RAM, 70 terabytes of hard drive space. Yeah, good thing about the 13th and 14th. Don't want to be stuck with that. That's a tough place to be. Oh, no. All right, this is random. And if you're just joining, you're going to have missed out at the beginning. There's these hard drive caddies, and I was planning on reusing all my fans, and the fan is too big. The screw holes don't line up. Not even close. Dang, I really thought I was going to get that done tonight. Maybe there's others. Maybe there's more. That is massively disappointing. I actually might just go to Amazon and check if I've previously purchased. What are these? Noctua, dang. What are they, 140? Yep. Oh, I thought I had 6 120s. I've got 6 140s. I can. I don't want to. Trying to do it right. And they'll get delivered tomorrow. Oh, I still can't believe that. Well, that's going to sweeten the deal for whoever I sell this case to. Oh. An extra $100 I didn't think I was spending. It's okay. We're getting through it. Maybe if this live stream takes off. What's going on here? So that does kind of change my approach a little bit, though, because I was going to get all those fans out and reuse them. Not anymore. I need more places to put things. What's next? Maybe I'll keep taking the fans out just to give me some more space to work with, and then I think power supply next. There's a lot of wires in here. Maybe power supply first. No, let's do the fans, because I needed to get to the top-mounted CPU power. Sorry that my hasty moves are in the way. Thanks for watching or joining. I'm just kind of hanging out as I do this. It's a little bit more fun with someone to talk to. I don't know, I don't really recognize your names. There's not too many comments being left. Thank you. Oh, what are you growling at? What are you growling at? That's Millie. She's my guard dog. I cannot believe it. I got these, I was so dead set on reusing these fans, and they're going to be too big. Dang. Got some Noctuas for sale. I wish I could do music during this stream, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. We're off to a little bit of a rough start here because I don't know if my CPU cooler tower is going to fit. The fans are too big. Everything's dustier than I thought it would be. Alright. So, huge benefit. First of all, got to do a plug. EVGA power supply. Rest in peace, EVGA graphics cards. But this is exactly why I love buying modular power supplies, because when you're building or taking apart, you don't have to feed every dang wire through. You can just come and pull them at the source, and it makes it so much easier just to get things out of your face and out of your way. And if you're not using them, they don't take up all the space in your case with a bunch of wires. Cool. So we got these two up top. Can pull out the motherboard. We will need that one. We've got the graphics card. We've got 3 hard drives on this one, 3 hard drives on that one. Got a kind of sketch. I can't believe this was in there. I didn't even know it. Look at how long this SATA power cable is. It's enormous. That cannot be safe. I don't know where I got this extender. I didn't even know I had that. I had all these extra wires and I wasn't even using them. Oh, nice. 3080 Ti with the EVGA. Oh, I have, this is random, from the first generation of this server build, which is my old gaming computer. I've still got the EVGA box. And I've got 2 GTX 980s super clocked that I'm trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace just for like $50, and I can't seem to get rid of them. But I don't want to throw them in a landfill. I'll probably end up taking them somewhere to be e-waste cycled. But they were so good. I mean, they were always good. We got 2 SATA data cables for these SSDs. These are just old SSDs. I'm using them now to host like VMs, like one's just Ubuntu. It's kind of nice to take it off of the other disks so I can turn it off when it's not in use. I've got some fan extensions that are kind of not great. What else do we have? We got a random fan cable. I'll loosen up whenever we pull that out. What's next? Don't toss me. I don't want to throw them in the waste, but I don't have any use for them either. I guess I'll do power supply, SSDs, and then motherboard. I think hard drives are going to go last because I want to print labels for those. So I'll probably take my time on that. Sorry that I keep getting my knee in the way. I'm really not used to live streams. I have to edit so much when I record a video. I'm super nervous about how many ums, uhs, and just general noises I'm making as I do this. Got the power supply out, a healthy little 850, and I might actually go blow this out for dust, but I don't want to just abandon my stream here. I'll just set it aside for now. I've got a whole tray here of screws. Try not to cross-contaminate too much. I somehow always end up losing a screw or two. I'm out of the way. I think I'm gonna just have to do the dust blow for everything while it's out and do the GPU. PSU needs it. I haven't gotten to that in a while. About once a year, I'll take the computer off a shelf and go blow it out, and it's just a storm of dust, which is crazy because I run a air filter in the closet with this thing, an air filter outside the closet where it gets its intake air, and there were screens on it. Another Noctua that I can't use. Killing me with that. I never really go live, so I'm kind of curious how this works. The dust finds its way into everything. Yeah, it's crazy. What next? I think I'll do these SSDs in the back while I'm thinking about them. Or, I don't know how this, probably just rubber. I used to have an SSD to hard drive tray. Stack 3 SSDs in the space of 1 hard drive. I really hope I still have that somewhere. Yeah, I don't know how to make this. It's on autofocus, I think. And I think it's focusing on my knee, maybe. I was hoping I could reach my hand behind here to get the, oh, maybe I can. The power supply for the CPU is always in like a tight spot. Oh, I got one. Now for 2. Can't reach it. You heading out? Okay. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm on camera. See you. I think they'll remind me. Now getting the motherboard out. And this part I'm pretty nervous about because I don't think it's going to fit in this Rosewell case. I think I'm going to have to do some real paying attention to get the standoffs in the right spot. And then this tower cooler is just huge. And I've loved it for years and it's been so efficient and quiet. Let's see here. These screws don't seem like screws that usually come with motherboards. They're small. See? Let's see, get autofocus. They're small screws that don't have much of like a lip on them. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. All right. I was kind of expecting, I feel like most of the time they're a little bit bigger like that. They've got like more of some more beef to it. You got that little lip. No, these little ones don't really, I mean, I guess there technically is a lip to it, but I feel like in the past I've always used a bigger one. Those are normal. Okay. I appreciate you being here. Giving me some peace of mind. I'm already misplacing screws. Gonna get them in the tray. Where's my next victim? Right here. Got a light that I might get. It might help with the focus too. Some of these screws are black on black and hiding in the shadows. Oh, you're right about the cases. This one came with a ton of screws. Yeah, there are standoffs. Okay. This is more what I was expecting. I'll get on the camera. So they got some extra standoffs in here, but this is like, can you get a focus? What I was expecting, a little bit more substantial washer there. Good call, good call. Tackle box is a good idea. I have so many just random little wires and screws and case PCI slot covers. They're just always floating around. Did those come with the server case? Yes, they did. So I'll probably use them because I think they'll match these standoffs better, maybe, hopefully. I've been wanting to get one of these Rosewell server cases for quite a while, but they're really expensive. And what kills me about it is there's tons of forum posts and stuff, people talking about them, and they were really not expensive just a few years ago. And I just don't want to overspend if I don't have to, but it's been more than a year that it's been on my Amazon watch list, and it never discounted. my last screws. Oh, it's tight. Oh. I was really trying not to take off the heatsink. Let's see, I might be able to get this one without the fan. So close. All right, I hate to abandon you, my stream, but I need to go get a longer screwdriver. Let's see, how can I put that on the screen? I'm learning so much today with streaming. I never stream. I probably should do more. I like editing. I like being able to like control what goes out there. Boom, look at that. It's so illegible. All right, I'm sorry. I will be back. Longer screwdriver inbound. All right. We only lost one viewer. That's not too bad. All right. So I can just now see I had it minimized the actual live stream. And I am, gosh, several minutes ahead. That stinks. Okay, well, I came back with goodies from the garage, one of which is another tray holder. For some reason I had thermal paste sitting out, so we got that as a backup. And then the comically long screwdriver to get to those tight spots. As long as I don't drop the bit into the case. Full clearance, all the way out. Oh. Didn't drop it. Thought I was about to. Wow. Is it just my personal stream that's so far behind? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be because I've been talking to the bake. I saw at Micro Center this weekend, they had almost this exact computer, like motherboard, CPU, and RAM. Pulled up my phone. Yeah, it's fine. I got it on this other monitor. I just kind of wanted to know if someone was here messaging me like you are, so I get to read it, which I appreciate. This is a lot more fun when I'm not by myself. I thought this would be just kind of interesting to live stream it. We'll be doing this for several hours, I'm sure. Let me rant and ramble. But this exact 12700K with 32 or 64 gigs of RAM and a motherboard were at Micro Center for $249.99, which I thought was crazy cheap. Let's see, are we loose? No, we're not. Missing one. Where would it be hiding? I'm scared there's one under the heatsink. I feel like there usually isn't because it's usually open behind the heatsink. But I'd only get stuck when I'm live streaming it. Yeah, Micro Center is awesome, but honestly, so growing up in Florida, we didn't have Micro Center nearby, and then in college, I didn't have one nearby, and then moving out to Dallas for work, there's one, and I was like, oh I'm gonna be there all the time. I spend so much money. It's CPU is always like $100 cheaper at Micro Center, so like that's awesome, that's great. But you go in there, it's pretty picked over sometimes. It's a little disappointing. Oh, it is loose. Okay. All right, let's think about this. Safe way to transport these. You're in St. Pete? Oh, I'm from Tampa, right across the bridge. The old Howard Franklin. All right, let's think about this. I was going to leave these fans, but I'm just going to go ahead and pop them out. And so I need to play standoffs. I'm going to see if I can just eyeball this. Oh, but now I've got nowhere to sit. All right. Oh, they might be in the right spots already. Oh, wait, that's flipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They might be in their same spots. Oh, All right, chat. Oh, Sickles. Wow. All right. That's awesome. Great area. I'm trying to move back there. I'm just not too eager to quit my job out here in Dallas. It's treating me all right. I'm bored of it, though. I'm ready for something new. And the market's just not that great. And that area got pretty expensive. Yeah, it is a small world. All right, chat. The moment of truth. Half the comments I found on Serve the Home, or yeah, I think it's Serve the Home forums and Reddit, said that the CPU cooler that I have is going to be too tall. And then I found several people saying that they had exactly that, and it worked fine. It was close, but it was fine. I'm wondering if this crossbar is going to be in my way. I'll go ahead and remove it. Pretty hefty crossbar. Good lord, it's like solid aluminum. Look at that. I thought it was gonna be some flimsy piece. Yeah, there is only one way. We're about to do it. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I'm still plugged into something. What is it? Oh, this is so sketchy. It's like bending. Oh, this is... First of all, the standoffs are not where I thought they would be. Oh, it's so close. It's so close, but it's still too tall. Damn. All right, let's think about this. I need my I/O panel. Oh, it came with. All right. Had a couple of standoffs. We're just missing these corners. It's like set to like an EATX or something. Oh, those are so tight. Why are they that tight? What do I have to grab that? I don't think I have any pliers in here. Dang. Let's get creative. What do I have? I might just be running to get some pliers. Let's see. Maybe I can just put new standoffs. I'll get those later. I think that was a happy let's go. I don't think it's going to fit. I think it was a bad so close. A so close it does not fit. But we'll see. Maybe if I extra tighten these standoffs, it'll sit a millimeter lower. Gosh, these standoffs are so tight. No, I don't have the stock cooler. I don't know where that went. I think it's too high. We'll see. if there's such thing as low profile standoffs. I'm kind of assuming there's not, but it would save the day. It's that close. It's a little weird at this angle, but I think all of the holes have a standoff, so that's good. Gosh, I'm gonna put like just 3 screws and then see if the lid fits. It might fit, it might just close on top of it, which I could live with. Yeah, that's true about the solar points. You know your computer stuff. You're not just some stranger stopping by. Ooh. That screw's not going great. What is going on? Both these standoffs start screwing okay, and then like halfway down they start getting all wobbly, like they're not going in straight. I'm using the screws that they supplied, unless this is like a case screw. Yeah, it doesn't seem to fit the other standoffs in there. This must not be for the motherboard. Let's see what this one is. It's got like a built-in washer looking thing in it, a little bit smaller, more like the old ones I use. Oh yeah, straight in butter. Alright, so that was me assuming. Making some rookie mistakes right now. Namely, tightening screws when I'm not ready to tighten them. Oh, the standoff is spinning underneath this one. Dang. That is a real rookie mistake. How did I do that? I'm gonna have to go get pliers. It is on there. The first case, sorry, I didn't see your comment. The first case was too big. I'm trying to put this in a server rack. So I had that first case just on that shelf there, and it took up so much space. And I'm trying to condense. It literally sits in a closet. I don't like the way it looks. Well, I do like the way it looks. It's just big. Yeah, now I do need pliers. Dang. All right. I wish I had like something anti-static to put this on. Be right back. All right, got the good old needle nose. I'm making such a mess. There's stuff everywhere. Where did I put my screwdriver? In the case. Why not? All right. I can't believe I just did that. That was so dumb. I'm looking at all these other screws in here. Okay, good. None of these look... Where's the camera? None of these looked right. It's the wrong bag. Oh. I'm trying to think if there's any reason I should like wire something up first, like the fans, so I can get to them better. I think I could get to it just fine in a moment. Gosh, I mean, those little points at the top are all that's going to keep me from closing it. Yeah, PSU will fit just fine. I'll do the fans before I do that though, because it might kind of block the angle. Golly, they gave me so many screws. I'm kind of second guessing if there's something I'm missing. Oh. My high school PC support teacher, he saw that. Whoa. Is there a hole in this bag? Oh my god, there is. I don't know if I should use the hole. I've said it, but I'm ready to say it again. I wish I could play music, but I don't want any dang copyright strikes. I'm too early into my YouTube journey for that. Yeah, you play some music on your end. Fill in the awkward pauses as I think a little too hard about how tight I'm screwing this. Yeah, the case is pretty good. Fits 15 drives, which will be good. I'm currently at 8 hard drives and 4 SSDs, and so I kind of like to have some breathing room. This Fantex Enthoo 2 Pro, I bought it because I thought I would be able to fit solid hard drives from top to bottom. I thought I'd be able to fit like 16 in here, and it's just not the case. It's not the end of the world. I probably should have higher capacity drives before I have too many drives, but getting into 20 terabyte hard drives, they start getting expensive really fast. And I want to be kind of flexible if there's a sale on Prime Day or Black Friday and get something that is good for me, but not too crazy. All right. Oh, that might be under. No way. Whew. Oh, it closes. It's definitely touching, but it closes. We are in business. All good, Newman. I guess is that how you say that? So this computer is my Unraid server. Maybe I'll put this in the text. Would this be useful? Let's see, how do I edit this? CPU is a 12700K. RAM, 64 GB. I don't remember what kind. It's a G-Skill. I just saw the sticker. Motherboard. We have a MSI Tomahawk. Don't know which one. I think it's like 68 TB storage. OS. Unraid. Big fan. Case. Rosewell. L. I don't remember what the model was. LS? L? I think it was LS. This is my Unraid server. It does all my smart home. It does my NVR camera recording and person detection and facial detection. Can I add a background to this? Background. Oop. And it's been a solid deal for me. I originally started with just old hardware. I'm trying to like sell now, old computer, and I've slowly found that I'm hosting enough, I'm using it enough that I wanted to invest in it. It currently runs like 6 websites, all of my smart home stuff. It does my video editing server, database, Postgres for DaVinci Resolve. Does newsletters for my neighborhood association. Facial detection, media server, and the NVR are mostly why I have the specs I do. I have a Google Coral TPU that really helps with the object detection, but doing a lot of streams, I've got a few 4K cameras around the house. It really kicks it up a notch. GPU, good comment. It is a Quadro P2200, yeah. For transcoding, and I don't really need it with this 12th gen CPU. A lot of people are getting away with it, but I'm keeping the Quadro primarily for my cameras. I need to transcode a lot of my cameras to get them to work with Frigate. And I don't like having my CPU double down on video and processing. Like, I really don't want it to lock up. If I'm serving a website and I have someone on there and I happen to walk in the front door, I don't want it to like freeze because it's having to transcode my doorbell camera stream. I'm totally content to kick it off to this other card. I have the card. It's not a huge cost. What did I say? Quadro 2200. The biggest call out I have for this, the real secret sauce for why I think this is a beast of a server, is I have SFP Plus, and I have 5 gigabit per second fiber at my house, and this network card gets 10. So I can really move some files around quickly on my LAN, so much so that on the server it couldn't keep up. So I have 2 NVMe SSDs in RAID 1 in a cache pool just to grab the downloads and the video streams as it runs. It kicks butt. I'll see if I can get this actually. I'm gonna do a total detour. Ooh, maybe I won't. I was going to do the speed test real quick, but it's kind of out of the way. Yeah, the 2 gig's cool. Got the email. My neighborhood had did 5 gig, and no one was on it, and so it was really fast. I have a screenshot somewhere. I got up to 6, and it's $10 a month for me. It's so cheap. So whenever I quit this job or get fired, I'm gonna have to be racing to cancel that subscription. But it's awesome for now, and it's kind of justified some less than smart server choices on hardware just to take full advantage of it. All right, I'm thinking, what's next? We have the CPU in. I think I'm gonna do CPU fans. All right, I'm gonna shift the camera around. So, an issue that I had in my last case, I'm just going to brainstorm this aloud here. We have these fans with the RAM where it is. I think it sticks up too high. Yeah, it still does. Dang it. Because I can't hit the top of the case. I'm already totally maxed out on height. So I can for sure fit one in the middle and get that just super low. And then I have the I/O ports on the back and the RAM on the front. I wonder if I can take the RAM heatsink off. Oh, it sticks up. It sticks up that much, which is space I don't have in this case. Back here is way too high. Do I just one fan it? In the back, I have the I/O ports for the motherboard, and so it raises it. I can't sink it any lower. That's just sitting on that IO, not even like. Dang it. There's no way one of these others fit. Oh. Come on, man. If you're just joining, these fans are screwing me today. I didn't really check what I had in my old case, and I just assumed they're all 120 and they're all 140. So I've got a pile of Noctuas I'm not going to use. For sale. I'll sell them to you. I'm going to have case fans, but I've been hearing that these things run pretty hot. I'll start with one for now. I really don't have heat issues. I have heat issues on my NVMEs, not on the CPU. So I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about this, but I feel bad that all my services are down right now, so I'm trying to get this back up pretty quick. Not sure how I feel about that. Definitely exhausting front to back. There's some form posts saying on this particular case, people had better temperatures going back to front. And something about that's wrong to me. All the dust filters are on the front. I think I want the air to go back, so I point it that way. Where's my CPU fan? As low as you go. Although now that I think about it, I will have two 80mm Noctuas right here. I've already ordered them on Amazon. They'll be in tomorrow. So that will be pretty close to this heatsink. I think that'll be okay. And maybe I can find a low profile one there. This is just so tight. What's next? This is super random. Let me see if I can do a better job here showing y'all stuff. Oh. Yeah, I'll have case fans. The ones in the back should help. No undervolts, no overclock. I just kind of let it do its thing. I really just want stability. Yeah, little fans in the back should at least get the hot air away from it. I don't think it'll be setting any records, but it should be fine. What I was going to try and show you, though, if I can get some focus, is I was talking about for my internet speeds. Oh, Cindy, do not step in that. Please be careful. What are you doing? No? Go. Go. Out. Get out of here. I've got the fast internet, so I have an NVMe right here, but it was overheating. So I have some of these Raspberry Pi heat sinks just to kind of get the heat up and off of it, and it still runs pretty warm, so I'm going to put a few more in there. What patterns do we think is going to be a good heat spreader? And I bought the Samsung that had a heatsink on it, and it's just not enough. I'm struggling getting the sticker off. At first, I was hesitant to do this with the heat sinks because I was like, oh, I'll never be able to resell this. But I've been killing SSDs in this machine. I had a Samsung 1 terabyte, I think it was a 970 SSD, and I melted through the sticker on it. I didn't take it off. I didn't know if I was supposed to or not, and I still don't think you really are, because it has like the serial number on it. But I melted the NAND. You could literally see the circuit traces through the sticker, and I was getting overheat errors all the time. But it was just for like cache, so it was like just quick random access storage. I didn't really care until I went to replace it with this one, and I was like, holy cow, that was cooking. Like 90 degrees Celsius, I think, is the temperature warning I kept getting, and it would just like start turning off. All right, let's think about this. Hard drives I'm doing last. Might be time for some cable management. Let me think about that. So we have these case front panel reset button and such, and I wish it was on that side. I'm wondering if I can swap it. Doesn't seem like it. Where am I going to run these? Okay. What the hell is this? Oh no! I don't think it's going to focus. The power switch is totally foobar. Is that focusing? It's all chewed up. It's like melted looking, crunched. No way that fits on there. That stinks. I have more of these on my old case. Yeah, I could use a reset switch. I also have the BIOS already set to turn on when power is applied, so the reset switch would just turn it on every time. And I never use it to turn it off, but it's one of those things like, should I? We got power LED, hard drive LED. Alrighty. Getting on the ground for this one. Gotta be able to read. Let's see, we got our USB 3, not 4, unfortunately. I've got a header for USB 4, but in case it doesn't support it. No, sorry, I'm probably going to be blocking this camera. Let's see. I'm going to try and read this tiny text inside the case down here. Oh, Jesus. It has what it says is network LEDs, network interface cards. I'm assuming NIC, LED 1 and LED 2, but my motherboard doesn't support them, so I guess that's for a real server, not our little server. And I'll take the reset switch. Oh, that power switch is just so. We'll see if it fits anyway, though. You know what? I think I've got the. Oh, the plastic's broken. Let's see. I've got the little fan headers. I don't have the plastic bit, but I've got the metal crimp-on bit from my Brocade switch fan replacement video. Oh, it's just so broken though. But if it fits, it would work. All it needs is contact. It's not like this is a data source or anything. Not worth it. I don't want to break it. Break the header, I mean. What is this? VCC data minus data plus and ground. What's up there? Where does it even go to? Goes to the USB port. Where does that go? What the hell? I don't know where that's supposed to go. And I promise you guys, I'm not some idiot over here. I've done this many a times. I'm not seeing anything close to it. Maybe like a USB 2 instead of 3. I don't know where that's supposed to be. All right. Okie dokie. Feeling well done with that part. I've got my fan here, CPU fan out of the way. I guess it's GPU time. Oh. Doesn't feel like GPU time yet. Maybe I'll do the cards. I need to blow out the GPU. That's going to take me a minute, and it's like 105 degrees out. I don't think there's an audio port on this. No, there's not. It's meant to live in a rack. There's no headset. Let's think. It's not that dusty, but I feel like this is just a rare opportunity that you have the power supply out in Atom. I'm going for it. I'm going to go blow out some dust. I'm sorry to leave you once again. Let's see if I put another text thing up here. Yeah, I guess I could do the other side of the GPU, just kind of get it all in place. I'll do that. I'll buy time. I'll stall. I'll put off the big problems till later. And I'm going to put this little rack thing back because I might use this to tie in or tie my power cables to. Oh, it's so close. Can I scoot it forward one? Yeah, I can. Trying to think what else to talk about because I know this isn't that exciting. I'm curious what videos y'all have seen on my channel, or if you're just stopping in for the first time. I'm going to be doing a Frigate NVR video soon, I think. This Frigate 14 is soon to be released. And I think it's really nice software. It's really good stuff, and it's just not that easy to figure out. First time, welcome. I think for that Frigate video, I'll have a Reolink doorbell camera that I'm going to try to give away, I think. Why is this? Is that not threaded? Oh, it's not threaded. Is it? Doing this after a full day of work was not my smartest idea, but I didn't want to wait till the weekend because I've got plans this weekend. If not today, then when? Are these threaded? Does not seem like it. Is it just the middle one? Yep, dang it. I guess it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to keep me from putting a fan on this side of the CPU, I think. Let's see how close it is. I'm just like, I keep catching myself in moments of silence. I don't know how people stream like all day. It's kind of like just on my mind that I'm like not entertaining enough right now, but trying to kind of focus at the same time. All right. Oh, so we can use that to tie up some wires. I don't hate that. Something like that, maybe. got our motherboard power, which side is which. I'm going to be getting into this case a few more times over the next few days as my Amazon purchases show up. I've got a fan controller, so everything's spaced and running evenly. For the front, I guess I'll have, I guess I get my PCI cards now. Although they don't look like they line up that well. It used to matter a lot more in the day, and you both seem pretty informed. So I'm curious your take. Do you really consider which PCI slot and lanes you're putting your stuff into? And if I'm not gaming, I'm not using let's say a graphics card in the traditional sense, I'm using it more as like a compute node. Does it need to be on the top lane? I save some space and throw it on the bottom. I think, yeah. But I'll do it right. Although, oh, this is so dusty too. I'm not sure I can keep putting off the dusting. Let's see what else we can get in here. Like, should my hard drives be on the top lane? But it's not even a full 16, it's PCI 8. So I think no. I think I put it lower. Because then my network card is also a shorty. Yeah, the slots, I mean, and it was working before, so I don't want to like overthink it and just kind of just double checking myself. This is only 6 gigabits per second. That's probably fine in the bottom slot. My PCI lanes do not greatly match up with the slot in the back. It's not bad, but there's a slight angle to it. Hi, Cindy. It's not time. It's not time for your dinner yet. You got like 10 more minutes. It's close. I think that's what I'll have to do. I'll have to do a little break because look at this beggar. I didn't even see you back there. I didn't even see you. I'll have to break to feed the dogs, and then I'll go dust at the same time. Alrighty, I've got 2 beggars that I'm going to attend to. I'm going to dust out the PSU and the GPU, and then I will be back. It should be pretty quick, but I won't blame you if you have to go. Alrighty. I don't know if I can just like pause this stream, so I'm just gonna let it run. Thanks for hanging out so far. Appreciate you. I'll be back. Look out. Look out, dogs. PSU was not so bad. Let me do the GPU now. The GPU really needed it. Tons of dust was flying. I was having to like let the fan spin, then stop it. I used this X-Power blower. It's got a little filtered. It's cheaper than canned air, but it doesn't have static or debris. Highly recommend. And we're back. Alrighty. Got a pile of Noctua fans. I've got hard drives I still need to do. I think let's finish PCI slots and power supply. That felt a little firm going in. Not sure if that's a good firm or not, but we'll take it. Okay. So we also have our SSDs we need to do something with. I wonder if I still have that SSD tray. Oh, don't let anybody ever tell you hoarding is not worth it. Holding on to stuff. This will fit 2 SSDs right on top of each other and 1 drive bay. Cool. I will use those. Sorry, I don't have the camera on the mess. I'm just unscrewing the SSD from the tray from my old case. I don't know why I used all 4 screws. Be like Linus Tech Tips and only ever use 1. The next thing I'm already kind of thinking about, I'm getting ahead of myself, is where on the rack do I want to put this new case? How high up do I want to go? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I'm trying to think utility wise. I'm going to have my new rack mounted power supply at the very bottom, probably. I could just put it right on top of that. I'm going to keep it kind of low, I think. Sorry, trying to screw this in. What network card do you have? I can check my eBay history and tell you that. see if I can get this one screw in first. Don't tell me the screw is too big. No, it fits. Just doesn't want to go. Give me a second. I'll look it up. Dang it. Sorry, these tiny screws always give me trouble. Come on. What the heck? I literally can't fit my finger where it needs to be to put this screw in. But it doesn't want to just fall into the hole either. Oh. Okay. I just dropped it. All right. I'll get you your answer. What network card? I'm going to be searching for LSI, I believe. It is a Dell H310 from the Art of the Server, which if you end up buying one of these, I would recommend, because he has them pre-flashed for like IT mode or whatever you need. Which is just kind of nice that you're not fumbling around trying to unlock it. Golly, this is giving me some trouble right now. Wondering if my screwdriver is too big for this. Is that why I can't get it lined up? Oh, I got it in the hole, but no SSD attached. Wow. Are there other tiny screws that they gave me that might be better for this? What network card do you have for your internet? Yeah, that's the one. Oh, no, it's not. You're totally right. That is not the one. I have... Sorry. I was so sure. I have a Mellanox Connect X2. I'm just in awe right now of how much trouble I'm having with these little screws. Does this say how long my stream's been on? We gotta be getting close to the 2-hour mark. If not past it. I knew this was gonna take a while, but I feel like whenever I do a computer, it's like never the big stuff. It's always like the little things, like cable management eats me up every time. Or this, trying to get this nice little custom SSD holder to actually hold my SSD is just absolutely killing me right now. And for that network card, I have a smaller one with a smaller riser. Wow, why is that so hard to do? For my router. Because my router is just like a Dell Optiplex. Oh my god. I just totally fumbled with this SSD, and I'm pretty certain I just put it upside down. I don't think the SATA connectors are going to fit. Oh, maybe these SSDs don't make it tonight. Let's see. Do you see how close that is to the bottom? Will that fly? I don't think so. Maybe that's why it's been so hard to go in and it is amateur hour officially, or comedy hour as my brother-in-law likes to say. Where's the right offset? Because there's a very certain number of holes available to me. Well, The Bake, I'm pretty glad you're sticking around. I appreciate you actually saying something. Gold stars for you. Oh, screw goes in just easy peasy once I flipped it upside down. Come on. Oh, spoke too soon. No, it's not. I'm doing something wrong here. I just don't know what. What's funny though is I am absolutely certain that I used to have these exact SSDs inside of this little caddy. It just looks like they don't line up anymore. Why is that? Oh, you looked up my motherboard. Top slot is a full 16, or only 4 and 8, and those are 8. Ah, so I'm bottlenecked. That's a bummer. I'm not too torn up about it, but it's one of those things that you don't like to see. Oh, I think I found the correct orientation this time. Let's see. The GPU is for video transcoding for my security cameras mostly. It'll occasionally transcode Plex. or like jellyfin or something, but not too often. Gotta say. Here we go, tighten down. That was a battle here. I don't need the GPU too much, but I'm also pretty content with the network card. I bet you I'm not saturating the full 10, but I have for sure brushed 5 and 6 with it. I'm wondering though, maybe that's worth experimenting with. If I put the LSI up there, my hard drives are definitely my slowest component when I write to parity, because it writes it twice. But I haven't like complained about it too much because it's not that bad. The NVMe's eat up a lot of my speed with the cache drives, having 2 in RAID. Wow. These SSDs are really giving me some trouble here. I feel like they shouldn't be. I wonder if anyone, even a single person, will ever go back and watch this whole live stream, because I think it gets saved to my channel, but there's no way. If someone ever leaves a comment on this, we need to give them a code word, like Nabisco or something that's just so out of context. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that my bottom slots are 4 and a 1. Like X1. Isn't that typically the small slot? Oh, 3 SLI. I only ever had 2 SLI, and it was such a power hog. And it was never great. I always had that micro stutter. Like, I wanted it to be great, and it just never quite got to the excellence territory. It was my brother's old card that happened to match, so I swapped it. Oh, for Chia. Wow. How did that work out? I've read about people doing Chia and like doing their plots on drives, but I never really understood it. I get that it's like a crypto, but you gotta just store, like, is it constantly being written to, or like you proof of stake it, right? Like you just write it once and it's there. But you're also the reason I couldn't get any decent hard drives. Oh, nice. It was interesting to me. I just wasn't willing to give up my media library or my NVR. These aren't going anywhere. One of these might overheat though. Got my first hard drive caddy almost ready. I guess that's what these other screws are for. Oh, there's so many of them. Like literally destroys the SSD, or is it just like out of the equation for your proofing? God, that's not the right size. It is. Oh, just it burns out your read writes. Yeah. Oh, 5% in a month. Thank God they've gotten cheaper though. When I melted that one NVMe, I was like pretty bummed about it because I hadn't bought one in a while. And then I went on Amazon and I was like, $80, that's fine. Like I won't do that every month, but I got a good year out of it. I know this isn't exciting. I'm just screwing in the slides for the hard drives. Not when you were doing it, yeah. Drives got expensive for a minute there. I'm kind of doing this right now because I want to see how this works in the tray. Now that I know my freaking fans don't fit, that's such bullshit. Ooh, it's tight, but it's in there. Not too shabby. I started this server journey in about 2020 as well. It's been pretty rewarding, but every now and then there's something that goes wrong. I'm just like totally at my wit's end troubleshooting. Let's see. All right, so we're now on to putting the power supply in. I'm trying to think if orientation is going to matter at all for this. No, I don't think so. Just got to find out where the screw is. Some kind of plate right here around the edge. I just assumed it was for an ATX power supply and it's not fitting. So I'm now going to pull it out. And see what we got here. Maybe these server power supplies are a little different. I can see that. Check this doesn't fit. Well, maybe it does. Just Just couldn't get it quite right there. It does fit. Welcome to the stream, whoever joined. I am transferring a server from, or it's not a real server, it's just a computer that acts as a server from a regular large PC case to a rack-mounted one. I knew it was going to take a while, so I'm streaming it because I need some practice in front of a camera. Oh, this is kind of bullshit. Let's see if I can show this. So, I thought these holes weren't lining up on the outside, but it's touching right where this button is. It's going to stick the button down and keep it wherever I put it. So I wonder if that's worth taking the time to cut it out. Can I rotate it? No. Right in the eco button. That's going to be a pain in the butt to cut too. It's pretty thick. Maybe I can just get lucky and position it just right. I'm still wishing I could play music. I don't want a strike. This just barely doesn't fit my power supply. What am I doing? What am I gonna do? I could take some like drill bits and like walk these out just so it's not so squeeze. Oh, did I get it? I guess eco mode is going to be stuck on for the future of this power supply. I cannot move it. Alrighty. My consensus for this case so far, there's nothing in its price range that is quite the same form factor and capacity for like drives, but all of the fitment has just been so-so. It's not great. The PCI lanes were all just slightly off. The hard drive tray was pretty tight. This power supply bracket is just a millimeter in each direction off. Maybe that's a me problem, but not great. Cool. I'm getting tired of this. We are at, almost 3 hours. Why is this taking me so long? Oh, I should have done these before the power supply. It's going to be a tight fit. Dang. I'm just pulling that back out. Where's my screwdriver? Alrighty. I think I'm done with the live stream. I'm not done with the server yet, but no one's watching. Coming up on 3 hours. If you watch this in the future, leave a comment. Just screwing around, trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera.